Streamers, this is a massively big day. Twitch was hacked. A lot of information was leaked. And if you think that this is all about Twitch, I want to encourage you to watch this video, because if you are a streamer of any kind on any platform, you've got to hear what's really behind this leak and what it means for you as a streamer, because there is a lot of potential opportunity. As bad as it is, there's a lot of potential opportunity for us as streamers. So I'm going to break everything down for you that we know to date. And so I want you to bring your questions. I'm going to kind of go through all of this information, do Q&A after. So here's the deal. Somebody leaked a 125 gigabyte file, a torrent link, on 4chan. And it included a lot of information, including Twitch source file, Twitch source code, payouts to creators, which is where you actually want to listen to me. And also a new Steam competitor has been leaked that they have been working on. So it's called, right now the code name is Vapor. So that will be something coming down the pipeline for Twitch, I assume still. So here is the a little bit more information in terms of what happened. The person who leaked this said specifically, and I quote, that it was intended to foster more disruption and competition in the online streaming space. So this is also where there is a lot to pay attention to for any streamer on any platform. Because if, you know, there has been a lot of anger towards Twitch lately. Even a lot of Twitch streamers took a whole day off from streaming on Twitch as a group, and because they were upset with Twitch for not taking action on certain things. So there's been a lot of disruption towards Twitch coming from a lot of different sides lately. And this means that YouTube Live, Facebook Live, and any other platform that can compete will actually be able to take advantage of the disruption and of the anger, right? If they play their cards right, they can, and they have been, especially YouTube, has been bringing Twitch streamers over to YouTube. So there's a big shift that is happening in the streaming space. And I'm not just talking gaming here, right? We're talking all the things across the board of streamers. So as we know, this group, this community, we have a lot of different types of streamers. And so that's why I wanted to go live today and why I wanted to talk to you about this. So there is a ton of opportunity. I'm going to talk about what that opportunity is here in just a second, but let's talk about what exactly was leaked. Now, it doesn't seem, although there are certain people saying that passwords were leaked, it's also not confirmed that passwords were leaked. I do want to make sure that you all know to go ahead and turn on two-factor authentication. As much as I hate two-factor, I hate it for myself, but it is important. And also change your passwords on Twitch, even if it's not been leaked, because it's kind of confusing. Now, I do also want to, before we go too much further, Twitch has responded finally this morning, and they said, quote, "We can confirm a breach has taken place. Our teams are working with urgency to understand the extent of this. We will update the community as soon as additional information is available. Thank you for bearing with us," end quote. So Twitch has responded. They have confirmed that it was a breach. And so, yes, as two-factor is a must, unfortunately, if you want to really be spot on and secure with your information. Okay, so also let's talk about what else was released and in this leak. 3 years worth of details regarding creator payouts on Twitch. And I'm going to come back to this one because there's a lot of interesting information there. The entirety of Twitch TV with commit history going back to its early beginnings. This is from The Verge, by the way. Source code for all of the Twitch apps, so mobile, desktop, and video game console code. And this is where I believe that, you know, the person who leaked it is calling for disruption. Leaking the source code information allows competitors to take that, see it, and do something with that to compete better. Now, before I get back to the list of what was actually released, it's what I find interesting with this is Twitch. And by the way, I'm not saying this is great, right? But I always look for the opportunity inside of any bad, right? And you know this about me. This is what we do well as a community, is find good out of the bad. And so it's really, I love YouTube and I love streaming on YouTube. I streamed on Twitch for almost a year, really a lot, almost daily. And I know Twitch inside and out from a community perspective. I also, by the way, just released, this is interesting timing, LinkedIn Learning. I have a Twitch course now on LinkedIn Learning. So if you want to learn how to do Twitch right, you can get that, and there's a free month that you can get. So you can take that course and understand how to build a business and a community through that. So you don't even have to pay anything. It is $34.99 if you want to buy it, but I'm not making, you know, additional money from that course, but it is interesting timing. So that might be something that you want to go download or go watch to learn more about the Twitch platform. Because what I love about Twitch, there are a lot of things to not like, but what I love about Twitch is the engagement, the community focus. They do it really, really well, allowing creators to make as much money as we have seen through these leaks. And that's where the business opportunity is by paying attention to what those streamers do so that you can do the same in your community in terms of building off of connection and engagement, right? That creates loyalty, which makes money. So if you're looking at it from a business perspective, that's it at its core, right? So there is just a lot to learn from Twitch, and YouTube is not quite there yet, in my opinion. Neither is Facebook. Neither of those platforms are there yet in terms of what you can do. However, both platforms are consistently working. Both platforms are consistently working to add new features and new community connection options into their platform. They're just slower at it. So I'd like to see that happen quicker. Whether they, you know, I highly doubt they'll use the source code or anything like that. I think other smaller platforms might in order to gain some advantage, but that's just speculation. Okay, so other things that were released: code related to proprietary SDKs and internal AWS services used by Twitch, the Steam competitor that has not been released, codenamed Vapor, data on other Twitch properties, and their internal security tools. So there is, that's kind of the list of everything that was. So what we have seen with the leak is creator pay, and I'm not going to name names or anything like that, but we have seen creator payouts. 81 streamers have gotten paid out more than $1 million since August of 19, so August 19 to 2021. But also in 1 month, you know, up to $752,000. And even as little as 3,000, 7,000, 5,000. You're seeing some smaller ones as well, but this is what's so this is where the opportunity lies, not only from learning from Twitch and why creators are able to make that much money, but also, the understanding that there is now public knowledge that streaming is a viable business. That is powerful. That is helping the streaming space to understand you can make money at this. You can have a large business if that's what you want, or you can have a small team and you can still make a lot of profit, right? Or you could invest that in other things. There is so much opportunity from a business perspective that if you are not thinking about this stuff, it is now time to pay attention and to look at ways through this knowledge that you can increase your business. If you are just a streamer, quote unquote, stop thinking of yourself as just a streamer. Start thinking of your business or your content and what you're doing as a business, and you will be able to start making more money. And remember, this is not just about this is just the payouts that people are making from Twitch themselves or itself, not other sponsor deals, not merch, not anything additional. If you don't have a diversified business, now's the time to start thinking about that, right? So it is so powerful from a creator perspective, from a streamer perspective, in what you can do with this information. Obviously bad, right? Like no leak, no hack is good, but I want you to start thinking differently. Hey Molly, so glad you're doing this stream. Love how you highlight how the streaming space is a business and can earn money. That is, it's so good because now, like, okay, let's say you're a streamer and your mom and dad are like, come on, that's not a real business. Well, now you can say, yes, it is, right? There are so many YouTubers, kids who want to be YouTube stars, who want to be Twitch stars, who want to be in the streaming space. And I hope that this information is used for good in some way, right? Because now parents can understand that there is viability here, that there is something good that can come out of their kid being interested in streaming. But you do have to actually take it from, like, some people are going to just be able to not think about the business side of things or be strategic, and they're going to hit the jackpots. That happens, right? But most of us need to be strategic. Most of us need to work at it. And so that is what I am here to encourage you to do. My daughter is a streamer. Yes, exactly. But if you pay attention to actually do it right, you can own that following as well. So if you are not building your email list, if you are not paying attention to how you can have a direct connection to that follower base, however big or small it is, that's where you might be going wrong, right? So you build your email list, move people from one thing to another. You don't have to do it any one way, but that email list is vital if you want to not allow Twitch, YouTube, or anyone else to own your following, right? What we want to do is use those platforms for promotion, for discovery, but then we want to control the conversation, right? As we saw this week, Facebook went down entirely for 7 hours. I know a lot of people, Molly as well, like, who were streaming inside of Facebook or had planned to for big events, and they had to switch gears at a moment's notice because that platform went down. If you don't own your list, if you don't have a following, then you can't communicate with them, right? You're just dead for 7 hours if Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, or anybody else goes down. And let's face it, all of them have gone down. So it's not just Facebook, right? So there's, it doesn't matter whether you're a gamer. I think that most of the people who have made that much money are in the gaming space, but probably some IRLers as well. You can build a business from streaming. So I just really, really want you to take this info and get really strategic, get thoughtful about the content that you're creating, and make it happen. Okay, so I'm going to stop and I'm going to take Q&A now. I just wanted to break all of that down for you. Again, I want to tap into one other thing. I said this, but I want to harp on it before I wrap this up. Learn from other streamers making money. Adapt the information. Even if they are gamers and you're not a gamer, most of this community are not gamers. Even if that's true, learn from how they're communicating, learn from how they're engaging, learn from how they're building a business, learn from all of the things that make them viable as a business, make them make money, because then you can adapt. If you're not good at adapting information to tweak it for your own creation, content, and business, you're doing it wrong. I usually don't say that. Those words don't usually come out of my mouth. But you must get good at adaptation of information. And you can learn a lot from people in other industries, as other streamers. I pay attention to a variety of types of streamers and take that information and use it, change it, adapt it for my business, right? And for my content. Okay, so I just want to go into questions now. I thank you so much for joining me. And if you're not joining us for our live streams on Mondays and Fridays, typically at 10 a.m. Pacific, please do put that on your calendar, because we can, you can learn from us, right? I have a very diversified business. I have 7 team members. We have a business out of content creation. Even though I have 60,000 followers on YouTube, like that's people coming into us, but you don't have to have a big following. And that's the other thing. I'm sorry, I could just rant about this all day long. You need to stop putting so much value on numbers. A team of 7, we're a very diversified business. We have a lot of income coming in from different sources, so that when one goes down, and there's always fluctuation in that process, right? But 60,000 followers, not a lot, right? Not in the grand scheme of things, but it doesn't matter, right? If you can actually turn those followers into customers or members for your channel or whatever your business model is, then that's something that you can take advantage of. So we do have a Twitch course that is just launched on LinkedIn Learning, and that would be something that you can get for free. And if you sign up for the free month that they have, $35 outside of that. And also, if you want to learn more about content strategy and audience growth, we also have a course all about that as well on the Live Streaming Pros site. So there's so much opportunity to see the information, turn it around, adapt it for you, your content, your viewers, the connection with your community. And while I'm talking about money a lot today, I also want you to hear that loyalty is the most important thing between your audience and yourself. And if you're doing things like, if you're not focused on real connection and conversation and building an actual community, not just a bunch of numbers, but an actual community. Those of you who are in this community know how amazing you guys are. Like, everybody is supportive of each other. They're helping each other outside of the live streams that we do. It is so important to focus on community and building relationships with your audience. I've built up 2 million followers, lost those 2 million followers because while I had a relationship with them, I didn't have the deeper connection with them, and I transitioned or pivoted incorrectly, which is a whole other topic. But if you do it well and you're really building that relationship with your audience, then when you pivot, because let's face it, we all pivot through life, which means your content pivots at some point, then it allows you to have a much more stable following long term. So it really is. Yeah, we're all getting community tattoos. All right, so now I'm wrapping this up and we're going to go into Q&A. Okay, I couldn't stop talking. Thank you for allowing me to rant, guys. All right. 2FA, Galinda wants to know what's 2FA. That's two-factor authentication. It's the more secure way of logging into your platforms. So almost every service, maybe not almost, but a lot of services have two-factor authentication available. So if you turn that on in your settings, then you'll be able to, it's annoying. I hate two-factor authentication, personally speaking, but it is the most secure way to log in for sure. Are viewers' accounts in danger? We don't know all of the information about what everything is that's leaked because there seems to be more coming out about what was leaked. So I can't answer that with 100% certainty. It doesn't seem that passwords were leaked. However, there is one person at this time that is saying that passwords were leaked. So just go in, change your passwords, enable two-factor authentication, and make sure that you're safe regardless. So yeah, exactly. Just change your passwords to be safe. It's not going to harm you, right? Okay. Okay. Oh, Dante. Oh, you missed the beginning. You need to watch the replay for sure to get all of the information. But essentially, there was a leak of information, including how much a lot of creators were paid out, including source code from Twitch, including a new Steam competitor codenamed Vapor. I think it was CK earlier said that, hey, what a fantastic promo opportunity for Vapor, right? I highly doubt that definitely wasn't the purpose behind it, because the person who did the leak said specifically it was intentional in order to foster more disruption and competition in the streaming space. So, I'm not linking to any details because I don't want to encourage the information being exposed, but it's out there. But I also, I've talked about some numbers without talking about individual creators today, just so that you can understand what you can take away from it on any platform in any topic. I don't believe so. But again, we're just finding out information this morning. So, I don't think that those two things are leaked, but I also can't answer that with 100% certainty either. Seriously bad news for Twitch, but is this really the end for them? Rich wants to know. Twitch has been struggling in terms of their community quite a lot lately, right? So not everybody, but most Twitch streamers took a day off of Twitch just to kind of say to Twitch, you gotta pay attention to us and what we're asking. Whether that was the right move or not, did it do any good or not, not so sure. But they were taking a stand against Twitch's lack of communication and response to issues on their platform. So you are very welcome, Sway. I'm glad that you got something out of this for sure. Let's see. Israel says security is key. What should streamers do right now? change your passwords, enable two-factor authentication is really the only thing you can do. And then in terms of using the information for good, then that was the whole stream today. So I know that you were around, and that was an earlier question. How can I have multiple Twitch accounts? I have a personal and want to do more business money accounts separately. You know, if you're doing personal and business, then just based on the email, I believe. So I think that would be very easy. You just have to log in and out or use 2 different browsers. So I spent a whole lot of time kind of talking about it as an overview, at an overview level. I'm going to go ahead and do another video or stream to answer this question. So if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe, turn on those bell notifications right now. And so that way you get that. So I don't know if I'm going to do that. I don't have time tomorrow, but maybe Friday or Saturday, someday this week, I'll release more information. I talked about it in an overview today. You can watch the replay if you missed it. But I'll get deeper with you guys on this topic so that you can actually start to adapt, right? Because it's so important. Oh, well, there you go. You are very welcome. All right, let's see. I'm going to go through some more questions. What have the things you've learned from others and how you've adapted it? Golden Coin wants to know. Again, I'm going to dive deeper into that. I actually have another stream starting in like 3 minutes. So I need you guys to go ahead and hit subscribe, turn on the bell notifications so that we can continue this conversation. But it is actually, there's so much. So I just need to kind of break it all down. I woke up at 7 and by 8:30 I was doing the stream. I was like, Twitch can't tell you what you can and can't say on your own channel on Twitch. So no, they can't indicate that, or they can't say that or stop you from, talking about it. So if you have a Twitch channel, then yeah, you can talk about it. I always like to take, positivity out of things that happen like this. Again, with Facebook earlier this week, right? We saw a lot of opportunity for that as well. Okay. Do I know how this incident occurred? Absolutely. Talked about it before. And the person that leaked it, I won't name names, but he did it intentionally, or they did it intentionally to foster more disruption in the streaming space. So it is definitely, they can though, because you can't talk about streamers who are banned. You can't even say, oh, well, okay. But there was updates from that last one. I don't want to use, I personally just don't want to use that word, but, yeah, anyway, okay, I gotta run. I'm not seeing any other really important, questions to answer. Okay. If you're a small streamer, it's still scary. Don't let it be scary. Why is it scary? Okay, I gotta run. But Jose, please come back. I'm gonna dive deeper into specific ways that you can actually adapt and use this information for good in your own content creation for your channels, no matter what platform you're streaming to. Okay, so yes. Okay, I gotta go on my other stream now inside of Streamer Accelerator. So if you guys are Streamer Accelerator members, hop on over there. We have an announcement for you guys. Okay, I'll see you guys later. Thank you so much for hanging. I'll be back with more details on this topic and things that you should be doing right now to adapt. Okay, bye!